Hi, my name is Harrison Taylor, and this is my presentation on the legal aspects of teacher evaluation with my educational administration graduate schoolwork I've been working on. This is with the EDL 851 course, Module 8. First of all, the way the teacher evaluation process happens in my district in USD 458, we use the Talent Ed software to record these observations, evaluations, and that kind of manages it for the district. They need to happen twice a year. They have to happen, if they're twice a year, it must happen in the first 60 days of each semester. So there is kind of timelines that they have to take place. And then if you're getting evaluated, let's say once a year, it has to happen before February 14th. So they have those dates in place just with the process that the district uses. And then on this table we have the typical process depending on how many years experience you have. So if it's your first year in the district, you have 2 evaluations each, one a semester, and then you're going to have 4 formal observations, at least 2 a semester. If it's your second year, it's the same process as the first year. Same timeline, same number of observations, evaluations. In year 3, you will have 2 formal observations with 1 evaluation. And then the same process, I believe, year 4. And then after that, you're on a 3-year cycle. So every 3 years, you go back into that 3 to 4 year range that you would have 2 formal observations and 1 evaluation a year. Also, the way that this works, again, we're using Talent Ed. First the teacher would do a self-assessment, so they're going to fill out, basically a rubric of where they feel they're at, and they'd have a conference with the administrator. Then they're going to have the observation. They're going to have a post-conference. Then they're going to have, additional observation as well. And then at the end, they will have the final teacher summary rating, and then they would conference the teacher and the administrator together at the end of the process. Okay. Of course, if a teacher, regarding teacher evaluations in USD 458, if a teacher feels they, were terminated and they shouldn't have, they have for a reason that they don't agree with, they can request a formal hearing. They have to let the board clerk know in writing at the request for the hearing officer. So there's one person in the district in charge of having these hearings when they do happen, and it has to be very formal, letting everyone know what's going on. The Commissioner of Education gives a list of 9 possible hearing officers that these people can be. And both the teacher and the school can take away 4 from the list, kind of similar to like a trial period. And then the teacher has the right to hear the evidence against them and the right to testify their defense. So that's the district board policy on this process, or at least part of it. And then also, if the teacher disagrees, they can address that in the formal meeting that take place during the observation process. So if they get a observation that they don't agree with, where the administrator marked them, they can address that in these specific meetings. And then also, built into the software, there's a place where you can put comments. You can defend yourself, or the teacher can defend themselves. They can respond to what the administrator put down during the evaluation as well. A legal case that I found, the Florida Association argued the 2011 evaluation law had to do with merit pay provisions. It didn't jive with the state constitutions that the teachers could collectively bargain wages, I believe, because the wages would be, done on how the teachers are evaluated, and, it can't be collectively bargained that way. And then also that it gave the legislature too much authority when they created the law. That's what the lawsuit was about. And then basically the result was that the state court upheld for the state, and the appeal was rejected. So, this was ultimately able to stand with the case that I found. As a future leader, the way I would stay up on teacher evaluations and make sure that my district is doing what we should. I'd want to make sure transparent with teachers. We're communicating all the process, how it's happening, steps to get improve if things don't go well, all of that. I would make sure to document the process and what is observed, in classes, so that you have that paper trail and what you need in case the evaluation goes to a hearing, or the teacher tries to, take it to a lawyer or anything like that, so that you're, plenty prepared. And then also, I would continually research news that change legal precedences, and just make sure to keep up on this and keep learning. And these kind of things change, especially just technology or society, and you have to be able to keep up with the times and make sure that you're legally protecting yourself and doing the right things. So obviously, the legality of being an administrator is really important, and teacher evaluations is something that can definitely come up, so you have to be prepared for that.